Hey everyone, how's it going? Going to follow up on Apple and also Meta, plus another trade that we took yesterday, and what I'm hoping to get out of that trade. So today we've got some data that's due out. So it's pre-market, hour before pre-market. It's core PCE. So the Fed uses core PCE data as one of its primary metrics for uh, decision making around interest rates, and interest rates have a knock-on impact on the way that valuations are placed on a lot of stocks, in particular small caps and also tech stocks like Apple, like Meta. So I have a theory really that market's been going largely sideways, waiting for some of these data bombs to drop, and in particular this one. And then next week we've got a couple of other big ones. So non-farm we get at the start of every month. So that's always a kind of a big volatility event. But next week we've got the Fed Chair Powell testifying on 2 days. So expectation is that we're going to move off of the core PCE. If we don't, it could be that more chop until we get to this sort of stage here where the market's kind of getting some feedback on what Chair Powell thinks based off of some employment data, but also the core PCE numbers. Okay, pre-market. Apple looks like might open a little bit weaker than the close yesterday, but the interesting thing is that we've got some volume momentum that was picking up into the close, and then we've got all these algo pings for Apple in particular. So that is net bullish, even though we might have a little bit of weakness. This weakness could be just the algos waiting to see what the core PCE numbers are. So still have an expectation that we might get a pop, possibly up to the 183, 184, actually looking for something that's possibly as high as 185 as an initial move, which brings us up to kind of this level here where we've had a big sell down. Is there a chance that we could move back down? Absolutely. Is there a chance we can move back down? Maybe test this area here. But in terms of a trade, a swing, actually looking for Apple to go up to the 185 area. We're getting close towards the end of this week, really. So either this week or by sort of sometime next week, have a little pop there. In terms of Meta, there wasn't actually, let's go back down to the lower time frames. There wasn't a huge amount of positivity at the close yesterday. We had quite a lot of algo pings suggesting that the market was kind of aggressively selling down, and then we had a few kind of buy signals, buy setups, actually running right into the final 15 minutes or so. So not really too surprised to see that opening a little bit higher than the close, but again, waiting for the pre-market data bombs to sort of see what happens with the price, or likely to happen with the price going into the actual open. As it turned out, yesterday had a position from down here somewhere. Market pops. This aggressive pop looked like it was potentially setting up as a bit of a trap. So sold about 490, I think it was. So around here sold, and then luckily enough the market did kind of aggressively sell down and then stay sideways. So waiting for the data to run through on Meta, but actually looking to get back into a swing long again, potentially targeting the 500 level at some point. Think that gets tested, but no conviction as yet. The actual trade that we took yesterday was on TQQ, which is basically betting a way to get exposure to several of the kind of tech plays in one trade, and not trying to figure out which one is going to do well, which one's going to do badly. So took a trade yesterday afternoon in the PM session, got in. Currently our position is actually a little bit down. Got in, we got a little bit of a pop here, the pullback, and then it was making its way back. So this is a swing going out into looking for a price to get to 60 on the TQQ, which is a leveraged QQQ position ETF. Looking for price to get up to about the where are we? Looking for a price to get up to about the 60 level before we can before we're in the money and close that position. So happy with the trade so far. Obviously, kind of it's dipping pre-market, but again, I think this is relating to the potential data bombs that are coming up. So over the next 10 days, looking for price to get up to 60. And that coincides with the analysis on Apple and potentially Meta as well. The only other thing we're keeping a track on is the VIX. So the VIX is going to be quite helpful. We were trading down around here. We dipped down below, thought that might be a position where we could just base sideways. But we had a pop into the close yesterday, which is probably why we've got a bit of weakness at the open. So looking for the VIX to dip back down today, but it's something that's that we need to kind of monitor the VIX, because it impacts on how the market makers price their open positions on things like QQQ and some of the other tech names, the big tech names. So always watch the VIX. All right, so let's see how the data bombs impact on Apple and some of the other positions that we've got. Best case scenario is we get a pop this week. The base case is that we get some movement, but largely chop, potentially waiting for Fed chair next week. So that's why we've got swings going out into over about a 10-day period. All right, let's catch up on this tomorrow, see how we fared with the data bombs and how the new month potentially is going to open up.